interruption free live because of course I'm coming on air quite late. I intend to be on air for about half an hour or so. I'm talking to you about my Florida travel day and my itinerary. Florida travel day and itinerary. I'll wait for a few of you all to come on. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. While I get my daily dose of vitamin D, I'm going to talk to you about my Florida travel day and my itinerary. So thank you so much, everyone. In the last week or so, I've gained about 10 subscribers. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, engaging with the content. I can see that you like the live videos, so I will continue to do those. In between chores and actually going out with my girls for the day, I thought I'm going to jump out on here and talk to you about my Florida trip, my travel day to Florida, and what we get up to in Florida. So I'll wait for another minute or so for everyone to get on. How's everyone doing? Good morning from all over the world. It is good morning still here in the UK. Sunny in the Midlands. Where are you? Are you in the UK? Are you abroad? Let me know. And I've got my shades on because the sun is sunning. So welcome one and welcome all to the live. Currently in my garden. Yes, my washing line is in the background. It's one of my favorite things to do actually, to put my clothes on in the sun. It's very satisfying to me. I don't know about anyone else. But yeah, I'm talking to you about my Florida travel day. As you know, Travel with Shev is here to serve you content. Traveling on a budget, variation of travel, travel by myself, travel with my children, and so just giving you some ideas of how I travel, where I travel to, some of my itineraries, talking about the latest developments in travel. My last live video, I spoke to you about if I'm going to go and live in Thailand because everyone is doing that at the moment. I'm just going to have a sip of my water. Everyone is moving to Thailand, and so I did a video on moving to Thailand. So I just wait for a few of you to come on the live. I'm talking to you about my Florida itinerary, including my travel day. So welcome. I can see one person is on the live. Welcome one and welcome all. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are joining me from. Talking to you about my Florida travel day and my itinerary. And it was really an exciting time that we had in Florida. Lots of videos coming up on that. But I just wanted to talk to you for about half an hour or so before I get on the road. It is nice and sunny. The weather is doing very well in the UK. And so I'm going to jump on here on my travel channel, Travel with Shev. Do subscribe if you're just jumping on. It would really mean a lot to me. I do budget travel from the UK, all over the world, really. And so I'm sharing with you today my Florida travel day and my itinerary, 2 week itinerary here. Thank you so much, Diana, for joining me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome wherever, whatever part of the world you're joining me from. I'm in my garden talking to you on Travel with Shev about budget travel because I have traveled to 22 countries and I do have quite a bit of experience. It is life in my garden. I don't know what will happen. If it gets too chaotic, I will come off the live. Anyway, let's begin. So my Florida trip 2025 in October began. The travel day began not very well because in the morning when I woke up, I was actually sick. I was very sick and felt like I had COVID really. And so from the onset, my travel plans was in limbo. Was I going to go or was I going to stay home? Of course, traveling from the Midlands, I had to fly out from Heathrow Airport. So that was already a hassle. So we had to change up our transportation from getting the train or whatever we planned to go and get the coach. We took the Flixbus to London Heathrow. And of course, as I said, I was not very well. We got to London Heathrow travel day. I've got the videos coming up, so check them out. Myself and my two daughters actually that was traveling with me was not very well. We got to Heathrow okay. I thank God for the Flixbus because it always gets me where I need to be. I met with one of my church brothers and sisters and they actually prayed for us. And I think that really helped our journey. It's a gorgeous day here in the UK. Thank you so much for the person that's given me a like. Really grateful. And do remember to subscribe, everyone. On Travel with Shev, I talk to you about budget travel. Today, I'm talking to you about my Florida itinerary and my travel day. We got to London Heathrow. Was flying out with booked, and when we booked, it said we booked through Love Holiday. Thank you so much for the next person's life. We booked our holiday through Love Holidays, but we ended up being on we were allocated first to be in Virgin Atlantic and we ended up being on Delta. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we got there. It wasn't very well. We got something to eat. I threw up. My daughters threw up, both of them threw up. I was thinking, should we actually go on the flight? But anyway, it could have been something temporary. If you're in the UK, around about October time, which is when we went, loads of bugs. My two children go to school, so there's loads of stuff that go around in the air. So I just thought it's just a bug that's going to last a couple of days. I'm still going to travel because, they weren't so unwell. I think the motion sickness of actually being on the coach and getting to Heathrow Airport was a bit much. And they were tired because we left home about 4 o'clock. Anyway, we got there, we had something to eat. My husband was fine, thank God. He was bearing the load, carrying all our hand luggages and everything because we couldn't manage. Got something to eat, and then we board onto Delta. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining on the live. I'm talking to you about my Florida travel day and my itinerary. We took a Florida trip last October 2025. Loads of videos coming up on that. It was a very exciting itinerary, as you will hear throughout. Highlights: went to Universal Studios, we did Disney, did SeaWorld, did Volcano Bay. So that's all coming up. Anyway, back to travel day. We actually got onto the flight. Everything was fine. Hair hostess and everyone accommodated us very well. They knew that we weren't very well. We pointed that out. One of my daughters ended up getting sick on the flight as well, and they dealt with that very nice. So thank you, Delta. However, we did not enjoy the food on Delta. If you've been on Delta Airline, comment down below what you thought about the food. We did not like the food. I don't know if it's because we wasn't 100% well, but I generally sort of enjoy the plain food, but we didn't enjoy the food on Delta. Let me know if you've traveled from Heathrow to MCO, Orlando Airport. Actually, it was a stopover flight, so we stopped in Atlanta. We stopped in Atlanta going, and we stopped in Atlanta coming back. Thank you so much for the 3 people that's liked this video. Do subscribe to my channel. I'm talking to you about my budget-ish travel to Florida last October. Of course, going to Florida can be so expensive. So I'm going to be giving you some tips about how we saved money on this trip, right? So yes, we boarded fine. We landed in Atlanta fine. Landed in MCO fine. As I said, Delta, I don't know if it's my favorite airline, but it got me there, and I'm so grateful. First impressions of MCO Airport, absolutely amazing. What a great way to design an airport to make you feel like you're on holiday, right? So as soon as you step out to MCO Airport, it's like I'm on holiday already. It's like in the out yourself. Yeah, we're back online. Thank you, YouTube, sorting that out. I'm not too far away from my router, but I've also got data. I don't know what's with the glitch. But anyway, back to that. So MCO Airport, absolutely beautiful. Palm trees, apartments. Of course, it's a Disney hotel, so it's all about Disney there. You already have a shop where you can buy your Disney merchandise before you even go to Disney. So yeah, first impression of MCO, great. We were staying in family, so I met with my beautiful cousin, and we went home with her. She found out at that point just how sick we was, but we were determined to have fun on this trip. Anyway, went back to her place, which is in Kissimmee. Beautiful place. First impressions of Kissimmee. I would move there. I think I really like the views and the look of old Kissimmee. Anyway, back to the itinerary. So we were sick day 2, sick day 1, sick day 2. Symptoms got really bad on day 2, and through Love Holidays, which is where we booked our Florida trip. By the way, I highly recommend booking your Florida trip through Love Holiday. So this is my first travel tip. We were able to get a hotel and flights for 4 people for £2,600 through Love Holidays, and of course we paid that off over a year. So if you're looking to go to Florida, don't sleep on Love Holidays because you're able to pay off that money. No, it sounds like a lot, but of course for a lot of people this is a once in a lifetime trip to get to go to Disney World, Universal Studios, etc. So that's my first trip. Travel tip: just book through Love Holidays because you're able to pay it off. And we were booked to go on a hotel in what is it called? What's that famous strip called? Universal Drive, something like, not Celebration because that's Disney. But anyway, we were booked to be on a hotel that was in the center of things. We could get a shuttle bus. Those nice little trolley shuttle bus. We could have gotten that to our rides and amusements, etc. So I do highly recommend Love Holiday. Not cheap, cheerful, but I always travel with them when I don't really know where I'm going. Although I did have family there, I thought let me just go with them, and it also gave me the option to pay off in installation this very once in a lifetime trip, right? Anyway, because we were so sick on day 2, we called the hotel, and it took a long time. I'm going to actually just put a Q&A up, actually, as YouTube has reminded me. Have you been to? Have you been to Florida? Done. So you should see that Q&A. Have you been to Florida? If you are from Florida, let me know what I didn't do because I'm planning to go back. Anyway, back to the itinerary. So we were sick on day 2, and just give me a moment. Guys, I have allergies and it's really bad today, but I thought let me just jump on it anyway. So yeah. Anyway, so if you have been to Florida, let me know and give me some tips if I'm going to go back, what I should have done. So day 2, we called the hotel and we asked them to cancel for us because we weren't going to be able to make it to the hotel. We were too sick, right? Um, the hotel was very nice. After a long time, we was on the phone with the hotel for about 8 hours on and off, but they kindly did refund us the money, cancelled the hotel, and 10 out of 10 love holidays and the hotel for doing that for us because after being with our family member for a couple of days, we felt much more comfortable than going to a hotel. We will be able to get, from A to B. It was very comfortable staying at my cousin's, so that worked out fine. So that's day 1 sick, day 2 sick. Day 3, we had to rest again because although we were starting to feel a little bit better, we were still not well. So we rest again. But guess what I did on day 3? I went to Walmart. And if you know, Walmart is a whole day out. But we got there quite late. I was still not feeling well. Walked around Walmart and I got all of my Austin cookies. And I can't wait to taste Austin cookies again. My favorites. We shopped, and because my daughter, she was 7 at the time, she wasn't feeling well. We got her a pushchair. Best decision we ever made, because once you hit them parks, which we'll come on to soon, you realize just the scale of these theme parks. They are next. If you're from the UK, it doesn't compare. I don't even see a theme park in the UK that compares to what we saw in Florida, right? So we went to Walmart and we went to Ross. Ross is my favorite shop because you get like the prices of those trainers and things is unbelievable, right? Day 4, we finally can start on our itinerary, and we went to Disneyland. Of course, you can check out the price of Disneyland tickets. It is really not cheap. You could check that out for yourself. I don't have any money saving tips on that, but it is expensive. But it is a once in a lifetime thing. So we went to Disneyland on day 4. On the itinerary for Disneyland was to make sure that my girls met the princesses, and on the day, they met Princess Tiana, they met Rapunzel, they met Cinderella, they met Snow White, and they had a fantastic ball. They met Arabelle. Arabelle, I think her name is. Maribel. Maribel. Yes. So they had a great time, although still we weren't feeling 100%. Yeah. And the rides that we did, we only managed to put 5 rides in because the place is so big. We wasn't well. The queues was not too bad for October. Um, so we did the teacups, we did the speedway cars, we did the carousel of time, like took you back in time, and we did under the sea, or I think it's called the aerial ride, and we also did Dumbo. So we got all of those rides done, plus meeting the princesses, plus having something to eat, plus just soaking in the atmosphere of Disney. Really great day, actually. I want to do that again, and probably the next time I will stay on a Disney resort so we can not be in such a rush to get back home because we had to, of course, travel back to where we were staying. Yeah. So we're on to day 5 now. So sick day 1, sick day 2, had to rest day 3, day 4, went to Disneyland. Great time, great memories, great photos for my girls. So we really had a great time. Thank you so much, everyone that is on. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm talking about my Florida travel day and my itinerary for Florida. I was there for 10 days in total and had a great time, although we were sick. Should you travel when you're sick? Absolutely. This was a once in a lifetime trip. It cost a lot of money, and I was going to go anyway. And I'm so glad that we still went. So day 5, we have family in Fort Lauderdale, and the objective for that day was to go to Fort Lauderdale, and we sorted out to go Fort Lauderdale via Flixbus. Once again, do not sleep on Flixbus. Flixbus gets me through, right? So we took a Flixbus from Fort Lauderdale. The stop was kind of hard to find on Fort Lauderdale. I don't know why. It's like in some obscure corner shop type situation. Anyway, we took the Flixbus from Fort Lauderdale to, no, from Kissimmee to Fort Lauderdale. The Flixbus stop in Kissimmee is hard to find, but in Fort Lauderdale it's also equally bad. It's in a car park next to a juvenile center. For whatever reason, that's just where it is. And my cousin came and picked us up and took me by my other cousin, and we had a great time. Although we was only there for one night in Fort Lauderdale, we went down to downtown Miami. I had to go and see Miami. I'd never been on the bucket list, so I thought, let me just find out a way to go to Miami. We took the train. We took the train from Fort Lauderdale, the Sunrail, I think it is, to go to downtown Miami. And we didn't spend a lot of time in downtown Miami, but it was a time. So planning to go back, planning to do it all properly, planning to go Miami at least for one night. So 2 days, one night sort of situation to get to see it properly, because why not? Yeah, we saw the government, the downtown part of Miami, and lots of first impressions of Miami. It's like any city. Uh, Lots of homeless people asking you for money. I didn't see the beach, didn't see Miami Beach. I've got to go back to see that. And lots of chickens, hens, vying for your attention. Very weird, very strange, but I guess it's tropical. Day 6 was Volcano Bay, probably one of my favorite days of the holiday. So Volcano Bay, if you don't know, is a water theme park. It's a water-based theme park, and it has this huge volcano that's like a man-made volcano, of course, that's got water flowing down. And we went there with a big group of family, had a great time. So yeah, it is live. If outside gets chaotic, I'm going to cut the live. But thank you so much for everyone that is on. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm talking to you on Travel with Shev about budget travel, and I'm talking to you there about my Florida itinerary and my travel day. I'm on day 5 where we went to Volcano Bay, and we stayed. We didn't. We did a day trip to Volcano Bay. Once again, if you're curious about the price of going to Volcano Bay, do go online and check that out. Once again, it's not cheap, but check it out if it's something that you want to do. Favorite part of Volcano Bay, the volcano, of course, the beach by Volcano Bay, the lazy river. We spent so much time in lazy river. We had off and on flooding, lightning, all that sort of great stuff that you get with Caribbean weather. But we enjoyed Volcano Bay thoroughly. We spent most of the day in the lazy river, just going around and around and around, and a great day, having time to catch up with friends and family. Day 7, we went to Universal Studios. Of course, Universal Studios is on a lot of people's bucket list. And in hindsight, we should have stayed a night to get the most out of it. So in Universal Studio, we did the Minions ride, we did Jimmy Falcon, and what other ride did we do? We did a few rides, but anyway, it's a great theming, beautiful place, lots going on, lots to see, lots to do. We did a lot of local rides for the kids as well. Thank God we brought the pushchair because it's absolutely huge. So we had a fantastic time at Universal Studio. Once again, I have videos coming up. We did the Simpsons ride, so we did that as well. Yeah, so look out for the videos. If you are new on my channel, I'm doing Travel with Shev, where we're traveling the world and we're breaking the bank to do so. I'm talking to you about my Florida travel day. I had a fantastic 2-week break last year, October, in Florida. And the final day I'm going to cover is day 8, where we went to SeaWorld. We didn't get to see very much in SeaWorld because we didn't plan the day very well. Favorite part of SeaWorld was actually, of course, seeing dolphins, the orcas, seeing stingrays, and going on this terrifying roller coaster. I cannot remember the name of the roller coaster, but we had a great time. So I just wanted to jump on this live. The videos, of course, is coming up on my Florida travel. I've got so much videos. I'm so behind. At the moment, I've just done some videos on Lake Como, Bellagio, and Switzerland. We've been to 4 countries already for the last 4 months. We've been busy. I've got some London. I might go live from London, actually. I should be in London next weekend, so I might find somewhere to go live from London for you guys. If I get to go anywhere like into the city or something, I don't know what I'll get up to, but I'll try to go live from there. I go London a lot. If you want me to make a video about London, comment down below this video and let me know what aspects of London, how to do London on a budget. I can absolutely help you with that if you're not from the UK. So thank you so much. I will just be on for 20 minutes today, and that's the end of the live. Thank you so much for everyone that's been on. Thank you for the 3 people that's given me a like. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning into my travel channel. So much more coming up. I will see you all soon. Take care.